What's up, guys? Welcome to beautiful Lake Tahoe, California. And I wanted to set you guys up with an epic training today on how you can make $1.1 million in a day, just like we did at Tribe Buyers Live. Now, why do you want to host live in-person events? I've found it's the easiest way to get people super engaged and convert at an in-person event. Plus, it creates a lot of marketing material. You get a lot of testimonials. You engage with your clients. And I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step structure inside of this video, not just how to launch your events, but how to monetize them step by step, starting with your first event, your second event, your third event, and so forth. So we're going to jump straight into the training today. It's a behemoth, so keep coming back to this one. But I also brought on Avery Ford, who was our creative director at the time, who put everything together with me. So this is going to be really powerful. Stay with me here. Go through it step by step. Launch your first event, then your second event, and then make $1.1 million in a day. That's about it for this. Go check out.
And he creates magic. His ability to curate people, the right people in the right room, to give you the right strategies and hold you accountable and show you a path that you didn't know existed before you worked with him and his team is extraordinary. So I'm glad that I got to play a small part in that. Is one of my professional highlights in my career, being in that room, watching him on stage. He tells a story, he may tell it today, about the pitch at that event and what happened during the pitch. And just magic. He creates magic. He is a magic maker and a magic creator. And that's why he's been able to build the tribe he has for so long, and why a lot of his clients and customers, you hear people, they've worked with Andrew for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, and they keep coming back. So can we give snaps for him, for his heart, for how he leads, for his willingness to show up year after year after year and share his wisdom? It's magic. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So since working with Tribe Buyers, when that company was sold, I stayed on for a little bit and helped the new CEO and the new team. And then I transitioned out. And since then, I've been doing my own thing, helping CEOs, creators scale from about the 30K a month mark to the 100, 200K a month mark through things like creating their own IP and intellectual property, creating messaging and experiences. And my specialty and the thing I love the most is collaborating with an entrepreneur who has a vision and helping them craft that into a cohesive brand, into experiences. So that's what I do now. I work with clients privately, and I do charge more than 5K, but everyone has to start somewhere. So I'm really, really grateful. I cannot imagine my career and my life, even outside of business. I cannot imagine the man I would be had I not met this man. So I'm excited to be here as a student and to learn from him.
Avery, thank you so much, man. And yeah, it wouldn't have been possible without you and like the whole team with Marcos, with Brad. It was really, really cool. And a big piece of what we did was the event strategy. And there's so many benefits outside of just making money at live events in terms of connecting deeper with your team members, connecting deeper with your clients, where those relationships just keep going on and on and on and on, doing in-person events. So my number one priority today is get your next event on the calendar and get you a structure that you guys can step into and feel confident about, or at least just take imperfect action on, and know how to sell tickets and know how to convert at the events and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Jay, Erica, Dave, Josh, Will, good to see you guys. Dragon, Eric, Fred, iPhone, Jiren, Joshua, not seeing you guys, but sign shows if we show up on camera, we will get way more out of this by not being distracted, and I'm going to bring as much value as possible for you guys on this presentation. To kick things off, I would love to hear from you guys. Do you currently have a live in-person event on the calendar right now? Put a 1 in the chat if yes, Put a 2 in the chat if no. That will give me a good starting point. Erica will no, not right now. All right, Avery, Muhammad, no, not yet. Awesome. We will get those on the calendar today. Josh, yes, online. Cool. Let's get an in-person event online. In-person conversions are so much simpler and so much more impactful than virtual ones. We still do virtual events like this, but also in-person ones, the clients are so much better when they do enroll as well. So we're going to go through that. Josh, you got it on the calendar. Love it. Virtual is where it starts, but you're going to put your first one on the calendar today. And we start small, we build up over time. I'm not saying a 200-person event, but just something on the calendar for an in-person event. So cool, Muhammad, speak at other events, but want my own. Muhammad, I'll show you exactly how to get started. Sweet, Fred, cool. We're gonna put that on the calendar. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And for you guys, what is your main offer? What is the price point of it, and who do you serve? Put that in the chat. What is your niche? What is the main price point? If you have multiple offers, what is the offer that you would sell at the event, right? Cool. So put that in. How long does it take to plan? I am going to get into all of that, Erica. I love the questions. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Sweet. So what is your offer? Who do you serve? What's a niche? And then we will get into it together.
While you guys are writing that down, I just wanted to say a quick hello. My name is Lauren Turton. I'm the Client Success Manager here at Masters of Fate. I've been on the team for almost a year now, Andrew.
Let's go.
Yeah, and when you enroll in the programs with us, I'm the one that's holding you accountable for your roadmap to make sure that you achieve your goals, stay on track. Jay, he's one of our clients. He knows that I'm there riding his butt, looking at his content, telling him, yo, fix that hook, do this, do that. And I'm also here for you to be able to have another perspective instead of eyes. I've been in the content creation world for many, many years, and that's where my passion is content, and also making sure that you succeed. So the combination of the team that we have here with Andrew as the leader, we have Mason now, who's our sales coach, and we have another coaching bench plus me. We're here to make sure that you hit those targets, you hit those marks, and we all learn and grow together. So it's an honor to meet you all, and I'm so thankful to be here with you this morning.
I love it. Thank you, Lauren. Lauren is absolutely incredible and a breath of fresh air for us and all of our clients. So thanks for being here, Lauren. And thank you guys for dropping the price points and everything. Mohammed, that is an amazing price point for an in-person event. If you guys are initially launching or struggling to sell anything above 15, 20K, the best way to get it off the ground is an in-person event. It's the easiest way to convert. Back in 2019, this might have been the first event, Avery, that we were together on. But we were running a 6K offer. It was called Authority Accelerator. And I had a decent sized Facebook group. I hired a new mentor to help me launch a live event and sell high ticket. And we got 12 people in the room at an Airbnb, and we gave them a great experience over 2.5 days. And I remember when we were working on filling that room with the 12 people, I was like, I know if I get Rob Quinn in this room, he'd be down for this new 30K offer. So I worked very, very hard on just getting him into the room. And then there were 4 people that signed up who are fairly big coaches now. Rob Quinn, Doug Botten, Jasmine Lopez, and Jimmy Ratowski. And we did $120,000 contracted at that. It was actually the second in-person event I ever launched. I launched one before I had a mentor, 4 events, and I had 6 people show up. And we didn't have any pitch. We didn't have anything set up, but I'm so grateful that I ran that because it made the second event super successful. And then I'm going to walk you guys through the rest of the roadmap here for 6- and 7-figure days. So cool. Love it. Muhammad, sweet, great price point. Josh, amazing price point for these events. Usually when we pitch, we sell the high ticket, and then through the in-person interactions after the pitch, we sell the lower ticket. So we sold 7-figure CEO at Tribe Buyers Live. That was what our pitch was on, and the pitch that I fucked up that I'm gonna tell you guys about soon. And then when people couldn't hit that price point, we sold Authority Accelerator, which was at the 6K price point back in the day. So just getting your mind on that. Erica, awesome. That is perfect. I would definitely get people to an in-person event for that and get that on the calendar. Maiken, perfect. Same there. Cool. Rashid, sweet. And Avery, I'm excited for you to put the dates on the calendar here for yours. That's going to be sweet. There's also a good friend, Gina Poole, who runs an agency. She runs 3 events per year, and she doesn't do any like marketing in between. It's just the marketing for the events, and then she sells at the events, and she makes about $800,000 per year from 3 events, and that's all she wants to do. She doesn't want to be constantly doing all these other things, and it's a really good strategy for her. So you can also do that because in-person events are one of the best ways to convert and create really amazing clients and connections. So sweet, awesome. Want to clarify between the 2 offers, which one to sell, mentoring or group stuff. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Awesome. Thanks for sharing, guys. Let's hop into the presentation together. So this is the $1 Million Day workshop. And my question for you guys is, how many of you have thought this? How do I launch an event and guarantee I sell out the room without coming off pushy or needy? I wish I had the behind the scenes view of how to launch, promote, sell out, and convert at 80% at live events so I could do the same for my business. How do I structure an event or sell at the event? And I wish I had an in-person event game plan to turn my audience into deals whenever I wanted. If you guys thought at least one of those things once. Raise your hands, raise your hands. I see a couple shaking heads. Josh, awesome. Will, awesome. So it's not your fault. You've taken a lot of trainings, but no one's taking you by the hand, showing you how to get results on your end. You've got a business that can change people's lives, but no one's actually showing you how to convert those leads into events and into sales. Everyone's just bragging instead of solving your problems, and you're losing on the opportunity to build the business of your dreams, and no one is giving you the blueprint on what to do and how to build the business and life that you want. But that's okay. What if you could say, I know exactly how to attract my ideal clients to my event and know how to start building my endless pipeline of buyers. I know exactly where I'm at in my marketing plan in every single moment, and I know exactly when and how to launch in-person events that convert. I have the exact structure to move somebody from an in-person event to ticket to conversion at the event. Would that be helpful to land more clients and be more confident? Raise your hands. Yes. Yep. Avery, love it. Love the snaps. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Well, this is the $1 Million Day workshop. And what you're going to get is also our course, the 6-figure events course in our 7-figure day accelerator. So I think Will, you already booked a call. Somebody else, Josh, already booked a call. I have the link for you guys to get inside of that course. So it's not just this presentation here, but also for our 7-day accelerator, you get the entire course that we're going to be going into here. So I'll show you that in a second. And we're going to be building out a Google Doc together that's going to be pretty sweet. So to give you a little bit of a background, somebody on my team wrote this. I'm an international speaker, business coach, and peak performance expert who's mastered the ability to help people create massively engaged tribes online and highly impactful coaching programs. 2018, oh, this is an old one. 2018, I sold 3 digital marketing programs, yada, 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 without spending $1 in ads. And I've helped over 122 clients generate their first 7 to 8 figures online, and many more quit their 9-to-5 jobs. I pride myself in helping people follow their passion and assisting in them creating large, highly profitable online communities. So pretty cool stuff. And what we're going to jump into first is building out this Google document together. So in this workshop, we're going to go into how to plan, launch, sell tickets, and generate 6-7 figures at simple 2.5-day live in-person events without complicated ads, funnels, or cold outreach. So just some quick mindset things for you guys. The very first thing is I'm gonna pick a date and figure it out. So that's my intention for this call, for you guys to pick a date, have the structure, have the course content there for you guys to figure it out and get it done. Done is better than perfect. Launch that first event and say bye to Mason here.
What's up, guys? Bye.
Hi, bye. He's our sales guy and sales coach, and he was just with me for the past 2 weeks here in Cabo, and he's going out back to San Diego. So, so number one, pick the date, figure it out. Right? Start small and build up over time. Do not launch a big 200, 300, 400, 500,000 person event for your first event or your second event or your third event. Start small, build up over time. The big thing with like big events like that, with our 200 person event, we needed to fill up hotel room blocks, which is a big expense too if you don't fill it up. And I've seen many people try to overshoot how many people that they want at an event. I spoke at, what was it called? Carrot Con back in 2019 with Damon John. And I was promised there were gonna be 1,500 people there. And this was this guy's first event. I won't name any names, but 50 people showed up. He paid Damon John $70,000 to speak on stage, and he had to fill up all of these room blocks. And I think he was left with a bill of probably $300,000, $400,000, and 50 people showed up. So start small and build up over time. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. So number two, trust the process. This goes with everything. Just going into it, being like, cool, I'm going for this date. I'm going to follow this step by step, and I'm going to trust the process and also ask for help, right? And then one of my favorite phrases is shake up the snow globe. When our business is plateauing or we feel like we're not reaching the next level, a really easy way to get to the next level and step into a new version of ourselves is launching a live in-person event if you haven't done it yet. And just saying, this is my next big leap. Let's freaking get it, right? So, cool. Makes sense? Makes sense, you guys? Cool, I see some shaking heads. Love it. Rashid, awesome. Josh, love it, love it, love it. Cool, cool, cool. Dave, stay safe on the road, my man. All right, so inside of the course here, this is our 7-figure CEO collective that all of our clients get here. You guys have the 7-day CEO accelerator from signing up with this, and with the call with Mason, he'll walk you through this entire course. The first resource that we're gonna get into is small events, big profits, right here. So we're gonna do this together. Very first thing, just throw your first event immediately. So if you have a very, very small audience, let me write this down here for you. Boom, audience. One, super small. Boom. Host a dinner locally in the next month. One of the best things that I did starting out to ease into my event strategy was I grew my audience online. If we have an audience, we'll never be poor. I grew my Facebook group, and then I had people all around the US, and I would travel. I would go to Miami, Tampa, Las Vegas, and just put a post in the Facebook group of, hey, I'm hosting a dinner. Who wants to meet up? And I paid for the appetizers. And then we engaged in some really awesome conversations. And some of those people turned into clients, and some of those people turned into partners, and some of those people just turned into raving fans that engaged on every post that I put in the Facebook group, right? So if you are super newbie, super small audience, just host a local dinner and meet up with people, right? If you have more questions on that, let me know. But what I would do right now, boom, puts a date on the calendar for the next dinner, pick location, and reach out to local entrepreneur groups or whatever your niche is, and host dinner and possibly have the other person co-host. If one thing to think about when you're super small initially, and we're going to get into the next level after this, but if you're super small, partnerships are so powerful. I grew my Facebook group initially totally organically because I just ran a weekly interview inside of my Facebook group. And I started really small with some friends interviewing them. And then it started getting more traction. I grew it past 500, then 1,000, then 5,000. Then I could reach out to the bigger names in the space and people who ran big YouTube channels. And I would reach out to them and I would be like, yo, would love to feature your story on my in my Facebook group on this interview series, and got a lot of big names. And then I would give them a post to invite them into my Facebook group to watch that interview. Partnerships are awesome. You think about like, you guys know the Prime energy drink and hydration drink that Logan Paul does. Somebody else had an idea for this drink. And then they created it and then partnered up with Logan Paul because he has a big audience. And then they built this $1 million company in a year, right? So the more partnerships, usually they start small, the more we can tap into, the better it is for number one, online marketing, and then also getting people to events as well. Does that make sense? Is this jogging some ideas? Yep. Cool. Sweet. So then, boom, medium sized audience, and boom, and one high ticket offer, boom, 3K plus, boom, right here. So if you have like people are engaged, this is what I mean by medium-sized audience. People are engaged, people know what you do, that sort of stuff. And having like a medium-sized audience with a high ticket offer, at least 3K. What I would do is host a 8 to 12 person event at an Airbnb. Boom. And inside of here, boom, 8 to 12 person event, give yourself, boom, 3 months to promote it and fill it up. Friday through Sunday. Tickets, boom, are anywhere between 300 and 1K. Objective, break even, at least break even on the expenses for the event. Boom. Pitch on day 2. Re-pitch on day 3. Boom. And team. Boom. Assistant, somebody to assist with logistics and that sort of stuff. And boom, a sales person, either the salesperson on your team or a salesperson that you can just contract out for this event, right? And then you can invite additional speakers as well. So with our event, Tribe Buyers Live, March 14th through 16th, we're bringing in Marco Cortese, who's the CEO of 7th Level, and Jess Lenovo, and they don't have competing offers with ours, right? But they're super high level entrepreneurs. Marco's talking about team building, specifically with sales team. And then Jess Lenovo is talking about her paid ad strategy. She's built an 8-figure coaching business in the real estate. So make sure that those speakers don't compete with your offer. I screwed up back in 2019, brought one person in who had a competing offer, and we didn't have good communication around expectations there. And he was selling clients in the back of the room at that event. And then that was no bueno after that. So just make sure speakers that you bring in that they aren't competing with your offer, and you don't have to worry about that. So cool. And with this, host, boom, 2 of these this year. Boom. What I would say initially, boom, April or May would be a good time. Avery, I'm looking at you. And then boom, September, October, boom, would be a better second time event. 3 months is usually enough to fill up the smaller events. But what we're saying here, 8 to 12 people. And then let's go on to the next. You guys got that? You guys go into your calendar, starting to put in those dates. Friday through Sunday, we find works the best for this initially. Airbnb is usually the best. It helps shake up people's snow globe instead of being at a regular like hotel event. And it just looks so much better for the content and that sort of stuff. So you can also bring in a video person for content and getting testimonials at the event. Cool. And then if you have a large audience and solidified offers, boom, let's say your offers are, boom, anywhere between 5K and the bigger the better, 100K, boom. And or you're launching that high ticket offer for the first time, do it at an in-person event, initially here at an 8 to 12 person event, and then you can go on to 100 plus person event, boom. 2.5 days again, boom. Pitch on day 2, re-pitch on day 3, boom. Oh. Go, re-pitch on day 3, boom. Give yourself at least 5 to 6 months to promote it, boom. Hire an events coordinator. And budgeting, you are typically looking at, for the budget, boom, anywhere between 60K to 100K to run a 200 person event. I would say a 100 person event, you're looking at least 400K to 100K with hotels, with all of that stuff, with food, all of that. And break even on tickets. So anywhere between, boom, 297 on the low end, boom, we sold a bunch of 297s to Tribe Buyers Live just to fill up the room. And then you can have a VIP ticket, boom, regular ticket, boom, 997, regular, this can be super early bird, boom, and VIP ticket anywhere between 2K and 5K. And we don't have enough time to go really in depth around the VIP tickets and that sort of stuff, but you guys can ask me next week inside the community. So this is a quick breakdown of what to launch next. So if you are a small audience right now, maybe you're still solidifying your offer, Put a date on your calendar right now when you are going to host a dinner for local people. Give yourself like 4 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks to get people there. And I would set a goal of having like 8 to 12 people there. If you're launching your first in-person event, your offer is somewhat solidified, and maybe you're launching a back-end offer. Pick a date out in about 3 to 4 months to host 8 to 12 people at an Airbnb. Friday through Sunday, ticket price anywhere between $300 to $1,000. We just want to break even on expenses for the event. Pitch on day 2, repitch on day 3, and bring the team together. Somebody to help with the logistics, a salesperson to tap people. One of the best questions that we can ask after the pitch is, what did you think about the offer? And I'm going to go deeper into what to do after the pitch later on here. Video guide for testimonials, and you can have additional speakers there, and host 2 of these this year with the goal of making 30K to 150K at these events, depending on your offer, right? In 72 hours, which is pretty nice. And then goal here, boom, boom. Goal, make 500K to 1 mil at these events. So cool. That's the quick breakdown. You guys can now put dates on your calendar for these types of events, depending on where you're currently at in business and with your offers and with your team and all of that stuff. Was that helpful? I see some shaking heads. I'm getting it. Cool. So the next thing that I want to go into is the checklist of what to do after this, but I will break for a quick second, make sure that this solidifies in. You've got the dates on your calendar and any questions right here. So if you got dates, put the dates in there. Erica, June 6th through 8th, and then September 26th through 28th, Atlanta, and then Panama in next year. That is perfect. Love it, love it, love it. 6 months from today. What are those exact dates, Josh? Pop them in there.
Oh, I don't know. I can already do the first, medium, and small. So for a big ticket, it's really big, like 50 or 100 grand. So I don't know. I mean, I can't, and I want to, it's 100 grand to spend. So, but I will do something. I'm already doing the first 2 kind of. So,
Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet. The rest of this will be really helpful with refining those as well. And big in-person events they're crazy, but as Avery can tell you, but they're fucking awesome, man.
I love speaking live. Yeah, no problem.
Awesome. Yeah.
Hey,
Cool.
Andrew, can I share a quick experience from when I had my company prior to joining you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want to give you all some encouragement to start with the small events. And I used to host coffee shop meetups, and I would also book other speakers. And at one of my events that I had, I only had 15 people at the event, and I threw down on my talk. And at the end of the event, someone came up to me with their credit card and they said, I don't care how much it costs to work with you. I need to work with you. I need that energy. I need whatever it is that you have. I need it. And I looked at him and I said, it's $20,000 to work with me. Great. Run my card for $5,000 right now and we'll do payment plans. Boom, like that. That is the power of in-person events and getting in the room with people. So what Andrew's presenting here, of course, is the grand scale of the 3-day events that you see us doing, but you can also start smaller and build up to that. And I encourage you to start setting dates and just getting people in the room with you, because that energy that you have, that value that you bring, that is what's going to attract people. And soon you're going to have people handing you your credit card and being like, run it, baby, 20K, let's do this.
Yeah. So good. Thanks for sharing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, and 3 events per year, 2 small ones, 1 big one is a really good cadence. We tried out 4 or 5 and it was just draining as fuck. But with a medium-sized team, I would say like 0 to 10 people, doing 3 events per year is usually perfect. 2 small ones and then 1 big one. So cool. Helpful? Got those dates in? Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So let's go into this. Boom. So you guys will have this inside the course. Let me just grab this. If you guys haven't gotten your seven-figure CEO accelerator session to get you inside of the course and all of that good stuff so we can support you over the next 7 days, pop that in right here with Mason. He will help you craft a game plan for your offers and for your events. And then we have 5 group calls next week. And then we also have we get you added to the chat with everybody, get to meet some awesome entrepreneurs, all of that good stuff right there. So, and then you'll get inside of this course with everything. So cool, cool, cool. So this is big. Boom. 3 major outcomes. 3 major outcomes for events. Boom. Number 1, it's possible for others. So this goes for events and marketing in general. Number 1, your attendees at the event need to see that it's possible for others, that it's possible for others to generate the results. If you're just getting started and don't have testimonials right now, that's okay. Just launch the first event and do it. But you want to be sharing testimonials and case studies, embedded case studies throughout the entire event. Like an example of that here would be, we brought, you remember Franco Avery, Franco Urbaez? He came in and he had like 2 competing offers. They were like the same price point and delivering things that were very different. And we helped him create his offer structure. So he had a core signature offer leading to a back-end offer, but we needed to relaunch that back-end offer with him. So in the course of 4 months, he set up a 24-person event that came to an Airbnb over 2.5 days like this. And he was nervous as hell. He was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, convert at the event and that sort of stuff. And all 24 people showed up, and he closed 23 out of 24 people for an $18K program. And he made a little over $400,000 in a weekend. And he was doing about 60K, 50 to 60K per month. And then his big breakthrough to consistently get over 100K per month was structuring his offers the right way and then launching it at an in-person event, right? So that's an example of an embedded case study, a little story. And you can think of your own stories, embedded case studies that you can share at your event. So embedded case studies, boom. And this goes for like online workshops as well. The more embedded case studies that you can put in through your own client stories to show that it's possible for others, the better, right? And then also a success panel, especially for the big in-person events, having three to 5 people on stage that you've worked with that you can walk through a Q&A for like 30 minutes before the pitch of the actual offer on day 2. That's the best time to do it. So little tangent here, day 2, when you pitch, you want to do it before lunch. So there's time to get those touch points and that sort of stuff. And going into the pitch, you want to have your best training, number 1. And then number 2, you want to have a success panel to show that it's possible for others, right? So that shows that it's possible for others, embedded case studies. One cool thing that Avery created at Tribe Buyers Live was he created, this is just a bonus, testimonial banners. We had banners of our clients around the room that had a quote of their experience of working with us with their picture. And that lit our clients up so much. And what else did it do? It showed that it's possible for others, right? Very cool. So number 2 is it's possible for myself. So they need to know that it's possible for themselves. Boom. This comes from embedded case studies, interactions with other clients, boom, and the success panel as well. So if you have case studies and testimonials and that sort of stuff with very common issues that people ran into, then people will start to see, oh my God, it is possible for me. So the more stories that you can tell or your team can tell around building up confidence in the audience that it's possible for themselves, you're much more likely to convert, right? And then number 3 is, why do it? So the more stories that you have around not just the benefit of joining the program and the results, but the benefits of the benefits. So like Aloka Polarai, Avery knows him. We worked with him for a long ass time. He was struggling to break through that 7-figure barrier for 20 years as an online coach. And then we helped him install a little bit of Teams, a little bit of SOPs, and he was able to scale past 7 figures and actually work less. He said that he was working about 25, 30 hours per week, and he was able to do more with his family. So the big why, the contribution, being able to do more with your family, yada, yada, yada. Why should I do this, right? Contribution, boom, that sort of stuff. So cool little framework to think through when you're marketing or when you're doing in-person events, making sure that I'm showing that it's possible for others, it's possible for themselves, and sharing the big why and the big contribution. Helpful? Makes sense? Cool. You buying this? You following? All right. Cool. Sweet. So let's hop back in here. Timeline, pick the dates, identify the desired outcomes. Boom. So desired outcomes, boom. For this, what is the theme, overarching theme for your event? Boom. Ours is just build your tribe of buyers, right? They're coming to the event to build their audience and to grow online. Boom. And how we do that is through day 1. Our theme is always offers, getting the offers and messaging down. Day 2 is marketing, and day 3 is sales, right? So have a theme for your event. What's the overarching theme for it? And ours is just called Tribe Buyers. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then what is the focus for the 3-day event to create your tribe of buyers, or whatever the theme is, right? So to create your tribe buyers, you have to have your offers and messaging down. You need to have your marketing system up, and you need to be able to sell, right? So pretty self-explanatory there. Over a 3-day event, they need to know what they're doing on each day, right? Cool, cool, cool. So start thinking about that. What is my theme? And then what is the name for the event? In the shortest amount of words, tell them exactly what they're going to get out of your event. This goes for the same with your offers. It's better if you can tell them exactly what they're going to get in the shortest amount of words, right? So our event, you're going to get a tribe of buyers, right? For our program, you're going to become a 7-figure CEO. It's very straightforward, right? And the better we can get at these naming conventions, the easier it is to market, sell, and build brand, right? Cool, cool, cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool, cool, cool. And Erica, I just saw your question. I will get that in a second. Pick the location, establish a budget. Boom. So, boom. Airbnb event. Boom. Budget, you're looking at 8K to 12K. Boom. For a 12 to 20 person event. and you're looking at, boom, team, flights for them, flights, food, that sort of stuff. Food, we typically get breakfast and lunch, and then it's on them for dinner, right? But actually at our last event and our upcoming event, we're actually paying for dinner. So that's why we're bumping up the price point to the tickets and that sort of stuff. It's early bird right now, but we will. So team, food, and boom, boom, boom. We don't really have like mics or anything like that for these smaller in-person events. But you have food for attendees, food for team, swag, boom. And inside of the course, this is the company that we use for ordering swag right here. You can just shoot Nathan Lather's note on Instagram to get some t-shirts or journals, that sort of stuff. Boom. Technology, graphics, that sort of stuff. And the big expense is typically the venue and food. Boom. So boom, venue, perfect. So just things to note there. So just remember, break even for expenses through ticket sales. Boom. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Cool. We're going to get into the funnel and all of that stuff, but I will take a quick break right here on these questions. So what is coming up for you guys? What are some questions that you have for me so I can get you guys into the motion of launching this bad boy and getting people there? Yes. What's up, Will?
Hey man, just quick one here. In my case, I've been in this game for 4 years, but lately I'm just been developing my audience and actually increasing it, but at least 30% in the last 3 months. And in my case, as I'm bilingual, I actually build my audience over the US, and Canada, and I mean, for me, I know that in my country, it's not the same price ticket as it would charge in the US or even Mexico per se, right?
Yeah.
And only English speaking and obviously people who are business owners, coaches, consultants, and business and agency owners. And for
Mhm.
me, that's my question.
Yep.
I mean, would I
Yep.
actually go and I don't know, probably relocate myself because I'm about to make a decision to relocate where
Yep.
I am today
Yep.
to. Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, my big recommendation is set a goal. Like I started in my parents' basement, and I was able to start my agency in my parents' basement, get off the ground, pay off my college debt, that sort of stuff. They helped me like build up a lot of money because my mom was making all the food. I didn't have to pay for housing or anything like that. And then I just hyper focused on getting agency clients and doing everything that I could there. And part of that time, I was still working a job at that time. And then I quit my job, and then it really started to take off after that. And the first place that I moved was the Bahamas with two other people that I had met online. And when I was in the Bahamas, I went from a 15K month to a $62,000 month because I was in a new environment and I was around people that were really lighting me up and driving me. So yeah, the best thing that you can do is set a goal, a revenue goal, and set yourself up in a new environment that is more conducive to your goals, what you're lit up by, and also if it's specific to business, growing the business. So yeah, maybe the event thing, like taking these for like in-person webinar events, that sort of stuff. But definitely the best, we are our environment. That's why I've joined so many masterminds and coaching programs and that sort of stuff, just to shake up the snow globe and be around new people that give me new ideas. to get to the next level, because it's so hard to do it by, it's impossible to do it by ourselves, you know? So yeah,
Thank you.
good question, man. And Josh, yep.
So the Airbnb, their ticket price includes the flight, some food during the day, and they don't stay at the Airbnb with you, do they?
No. So they get, yeah, great question, Josh. Thanks for clarifying. So they get their own lodging, they get their own flight. I pay for my team's flights.
Got
And
it. Okay, I was like, damn, that's
yeah, no, that's a little bit ridiculous.
a nice little show there. You could get them all in an Airbnb. I mean, if you have a really high ticket item, you could get 8 people to 12 people, like a $50,000 item in a sick Airbnb where they stay there and you pay for everything, right?
Yeah, one thing that I would avoid is getting the ticket price up there of like $3,000 to $5,000, which you would probably need to bump up the ticket price to that
Yeah.
if you're getting their housing too, because
Yeah.
that chips into conversions at the event because they're like, I just paid $3,000, $5,000 for the event, yada, yada, yada. Like, but when the ticket price is around 500 to 1,000, then, and we just break even on the front end, conversions are a hell of a lot better.
So with an Airbnb event, I do conversation. I teach people and create conversational AI for people. So the event would be like, you're going to just have an intensive event with me. We're going to build it together. You're all going to watch, small group. And then if there's a pitch for a high ticket, fractional CMO or CTO, whatever. And that's the Airbnb.
Sorry, I missed that last part.
Meaning like that's what you would do. And would that be an event? Would that be considered an event or just a sales pitch?
Yeah, no. So you bring people in 2.5 days, 3 days to an
Right.
Airbnb. They get their own housing.
Right.
You have a small team to help with logistics. Your team helps with the breakfast and the lunch catering and that sort of stuff. You pitch on day 2. So give them a great experience on day 1. Day 2, you pitch before lunch. The best thing to ask after a pitch is, what did you think about the offer? And I'll get into this now. This is probably going to be really helpful for a lot of you. What do you think about the offer? Because there will be 3 types of people. There will be one type of person that's just like, I don't want it. Like, nope, not for me, right? It's percentages, it's people. Second type of person is like, fuck yes, I'm in. Like, just here's my credit card, right? And then the third type of person is like, I think I'm in, but I have some questions. And when we tap somebody and say, what do you think about the offer? They get to open up around it and we get to answer those questions, whether it's us or a salesperson. So that's why we do it before lunch. So we have the opportunity to connect with them during lunch after the pitch. And then repitch on day 2 as well. And Lauren, let me. So repitch on day 2. So, and a lot of those sales will actually come through the conversations that you're having with those people at the event. So
Is the rest closed? Is it all like sales and then closing? Or did you give more value and close on the third day?
yeah, more value. I'll get into the schedule here in a second.
Thank you.
Cool. Great question, man. Love it, love it, love it. Cool. Avery?
Yeah. So I have a question. I'm at an interesting kind of inflection point where a lot of the best work I've done is helping people scale, like from the 50 to 100 to 200K.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the testimonials and case studies I have from one-on-one or private work,
Mm-hmm.
it's helping people either launch or get from like 10K to 50K.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think in throwing an event like this, my instinct is that without a huge audience or without a bunch of social proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I built my business on relationships. I haven't done a lot of content. Without a bunch of social proof, it's smarter to target the people who are starting out as opposed to the established people because they want to see more of that proof, or do you think it doesn't matter?
Yeah, so you remember when we launched, it was called Authority Accelerator Elite at the time before it was called 7-Figure CEO. We didn't have maybe we had 3 case studies of people scaling past 7 figures at that time. And then I just wanted to work really hard like more in depth with these people and just getting Rob into the room and Doug into the room and that sort of stuff and go deeper with them. So if it's an 8 to 12 person event, and what we're going to talk about, like ticket sales, is you could just hyper focus on those people that are going from like 50K to 100K per year. Or
And your instinct, kind of knowing me and my history as you do, you think I have enough of a track record or enough like authority to command that?
yeah, I think it will force you, like it forced us, to up level into our next version and our next level of self. And it's scary. And it's like, oh God, can I do it? And then we do it. And then we get to that next level. I think that is a much better direction than launching an event for like launch and do that. And you can test out both this year, which is the best thing. So, yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Great question. Sweet, sweet, sweet. All right. So, yep. One more question
Yeah,
and then we'll go into ticket sales. Yep.
yeah. See, I have a good 700 member local group which has got all kinds of people who are tuned to it. I can actually take what Lauren had said on a coffee shop meeting and ask them to come and say about 4 to 5 people, they'll DM me on my offer. You think, but I'm not sure whether they are high ticket. They are probably low ticket, but do you think I should still go ahead and test it out? I don't know. It's anything is greater than zero is what I feel.
Yeah, 100%. I would just do the first person event, get 8 to 12 people in the room, and no problem with pitching like a 3 to 10K offer at a lower ticket price point like that. Conversions are so much better at in-person events, and it's the easiest way to up level and break through a plateau in the business. Plus, you get all the marketing content out of it. You get better connections with your clients and potential clients and that sort of stuff. So, does that answer your question?
Only one question is that from what Lauren said, bring them to the coffee shop. So mine would not be a 2, 3 day event for a coffee shop. It will be just about an hour of for about 4 to 5 people. Anything can be sold in that small amount of time. That's my only question. I'll do the 2 day event later. Yes, of course.
Yeah, that's perfect. So I host weekly events for entrepreneurs here in Cabo. We actually just got a sauna. We're going to get a cold plunge and that sort of stuff and do like healing events and also like game nights. And we did this one like Mexican thing like 2 weeks ago, which was a lot of fun. But just hosting events with local people, local entrepreneurs, because they'll reach out to you like this. This was Scott who just attended one of them. He's like, I'd love to chat soon about what you do. I just started a community education business for Amazon reselling. Think I could possibly become a client of yours in the future, because we created that in-person connection, whether that's you hosting your own things or like in person or a coffee shop event and that sort of stuff. So
When you do the local events, are you running ads or is it all just like networking? Cool.
just networking. And the cool thing is like when we have a new person come in, then they invite their friends next time. Like Scott, this was the second one he came to, and then he invited Devin, who is another awesome entrepreneur. So it just compounds over time, right? Yeah, cool. And I think that would be great for where you're at, Avery.
I've already started connecting and like meeting the creators here, and I think there's a need for it, so that's perfect.
Sweet. Yeah, and then we just started a WhatsApp group for Cabo entrepreneurs, and like Lauren's bringing her friends in and that sort of stuff, and then just building. So cool. Sweet. And Erica, I will get to, I think I've missed one of your questions, but I want to get into ticket sales. What does this look like in Airbnb? Do you bring extra chairs or people just sit wherever? Or what does that look like? So most times we just want to find an Airbnb with like good seating. The one we did in San Diego, our first one after I hired my events mentor, it was actually a really small Airbnb, but it had a decent amount of seating and it had a TV that we could project from. And you just want to look for Airbnbs with a decent amount of seating that would fill up 8, 12 people, right? Good question. And then I'll come back to your second one, but let's start selling. Cool, cool, cool. So when you guys get in here, if you use Go High Level, that's what we put all of our funnels on. You guys will get the template to download our funnel. You just go in here, boom, and then you click add to funnel, and then it'll go directly into your Go High Level account. So we have that template for you, and exactly how to set up the rest of it, like ticket prices, boom, exit calendar, that sort of stuff. So this is just plug and play. The SMS template, all of that stuff is right there for you to get the funnel going. This is what ours looks like for our upcoming event here. Boom. And what's cool, after the first event, if you have a videographer there, then they can create cool videos for this, like testimonials to put up at the top. And then we have who is this for, our mission for this event, keynote speakers, boom, what you're gonna get out of the next 3 days. And then here are the people speaking. And then we're adding our guest speakers on there as well. And then this is a breakdown of the 3 days. Day 1, offer, messaging, and machine. Day 2, organic and paid lead generation. And then day 3, sales and influence system, right? And then we have a bunch of testimonials on there. Boom. And then you have the 2 different ticket price points. So here is getting testimonials at an event is an art. I think I have the testimonial questions in here. Lauren, do you remember what was the big question we asked? How much would you pay to come to an event like this? I think that was it.
So the big question that we asked was for them to put a price point on the value of the event. And of course, so many people answered priceless. And then so many people also answered, like, I would pay $100K to be here. I would pay $50,000 to be here. And that is such a great question to ask, especially when people know the price point, so that they see the immense value that they're getting by this in-person experience.
Yeah, that question is absolutely incredible for testimonials. And if I don't have it in the course yet, I'll add the testimonial questions that we ask at in-person events. Day 3 is perfect time, especially during lunch, to pull people into a room with a videographer for testimonials and that sort of stuff. Do you guys want to see the video that came out of the last event with that question? Just let me know, because I know we're limited on time. Put a 1 in the chat if yes, put a 2 in the chat if no. Cool. Ones, Muhammad, Avery, thanks for being engaged, action takers. Love it, Erica. Maikin, guys are showing up, playing full out. Love it. Joshua, sweet, cool. So we got all 1s. So this one's, I think it's like a minute and 30 seconds, but go.
So all the value, I mean, I was willing to pay 50,000, like 50K to be here. And yeah, the value is just insane. It's unreal.
There's no amount of money you could pay me to go in the past and not come to this event. I wouldn't take $1 million to not go to this event. So I guess I'd pay $1 million for the value that I got out of this event.
I would say, just for those few little things, thousands of dollars. And so at least, 3,000, 4,000, maybe 5,000 for the weekend. I'm not sure, because this is the thing. This is not one of those things where you're coming and you're learning. I really enjoy the workshop style. I really enjoyed the breakout sessions today, actually, and actually sitting there and getting the stuff done.
The value for this event, easily $10,000, easy.
Oh, it was a holistic experience. It was like, we did all of the mind, body, spirit stuff, as well as the hardcore business stuff, strategy and sales and content creation. It was just a full package. Yeah, I'm super grateful to have attended, and I would definitely pay triple what I paid to be here.
My instinct is saying $100,000 in value. But what my heart wants to say is that it's actually priceless. For kind of like a daily kind of thought, I would totally be open to be paying in that $5,000 to $10,000 for a class like this. The knowledge and the wealth that you get from this, it's just one of the best investments that you can really ask for.
I feel like
there's people here that I would probably pay, you know, $20,000 just to meet, but I didn't just meet one of them, I met like 5 of them, and they all talked for over an hour and were there to personally hang out with me and go to dinners. But like, I think the value of what it was I should probably say well over $50,000, because this is, I feel like on the level of like executive coaching, where only people who are already millionaires and who have already made a lot of money need to finally get their asses in gear and do something about it.
Yeah, so when you ask quality questions at your next event for testimonials, that just starts to sell your next event, So I'll get you guys those testimonial questions as well, so you get really quality material out of it. And this is one version of it. We have another testimonial video for our self-mastery event that is like, I'll send it over to you, but the videographer did such an incredible job on baking in the voice of the testimonials and creating the cinematic experience. That was awesome. And the weird thing with that one was that guy did it for free. Like, he was a new videographer and he had a good portfolio, and he was like, I just want to get more in my portfolio. So there are some people that you can find like that. So cool. Was that helpful? Just seeing that. Cool. See some head nodding. I love it. Love how active, engaged you guys are. So let's get into the ticket sales. I have never run ads for my event to ticket sales, and we filled up 20-person events, 200-person events, and I'm going to get into those really quick strategies with you guys to sell tickets immediately. So inside of here, you guys are getting access to the first event promotion post. What you can do today is just put up a post like this that's saying, hey, this is my event. It's happening these dates in this location. People just need to be primed for it to get more and more information about it. But people aren't going to want to just buy off of one post or one email or one Instagram video. It's going to be a collection of many of them that build up over time. One thing to really note for event ticket sales, you will be freaking out in the last 3 weeks. At Tribe Buyers Live, we were filling up 200 spots. We had like hotel room to hotel blocks. And we had 105 tickets sold with 3 weeks to go. And we were like, oh, fuck. And then me and my sales guy, Grant Eilertson at the time, we just went to hookah shops in San Diego, and we just posted and DM'd and reached out to people. And people will wait until the last minute to buy something. So the majority of your ticket sales will come in the last 3 weeks. It's insane. Every single time it's like, oh crap, are we going to sell this out? But with the posts and with the emails and all of that stuff building up, people will be primed and ready for the last 3 weeks to be like, okay, I'm in, I'm coming, yada, yada, yada. Does that make sense? So try not to freak out like I do, or I did in the last 3 weeks leading up to the event. Cool. So you guys can put up a post like this today, prime your audience for it. Event mission post as well works really, really well. I'm on a mission to help these attendees do this at the event. And I mean, we've been running the mission post in so many different ways for 6 years now. It's generated over 8 figures collectively with us and our clients. Just telling people you're on a mission for something, whether it's your event or whether it's your offer. It's just a great post to get out there and say, this is what we're doing. So you guys will have access to that. Scarcity, urgency posts. I've got examples of that in here. When you get a ticket sale, put it up there that this person is joining us at the in-person event. And then people will see name after name after name after name and be like, holy crap, everybody's buying tickets, right? So those are super important. And these can also go out via email or on any platform, not just Facebook, right? Just simple posts of I'm super excited to transform lives at this event, something like that. Really simple posts. We just want these to build up, build up, build up. So people are thinking, what is Authority Accelerator Live, or what is Tribe Buyers Live, right? And then we have a training in here around the questions. You guys will probably want to write this down. This is the most powerful question I've ever used to sell tickets at the event. Have you considered coming to Tribe of Buyers this year yet? Have you considered coming to X, Y, and Z event yet? Why is that such a powerful question? Because yes and no are the exact right answers. Yes, I've considered it. Cool, let's go into details around getting you set up with a ticket. No, I haven't considered it yet. Cool, let me get you more information on it, right? So create a list of people that are the most viable to come to the event. And we want to have a few names on there that you know if they showed up to the event, then they would enroll into your program. For me, that was like Rob Quinn, Doug Botten, like for my first big event. And I just worked really hard to get those people in the room because I knew that they would convert, right? And then make these posts and these emails, and everybody who reads these emails or engages with these posts, you just ask, have you considered coming to X, Y, and Z event this year yet, right? And then you're engaging in a prospecting conversation with them to show up and be there, right? Does that make sense? Pretty simple, sweet. Cool. I have an example in here around closing an event ticket sale via DMs and exactly what to do and the different phases to go through for that. You can also host live workshops like this and pitch your event at live workshops online. Another great idea for it. I have our link to our Tribe Buyers Live March 14th through 16th event inside of the document for you guys, if you guys are considering that. So you guys could do the exact same things for your workshops and that sort of stuff. Also, one of the best scripts that I've ever used to get somebody to get on a call with somebody, either for a ticket sale or for an offer. You guys can take this today and make sales. So it's just, I have a crazy idea. Do you have 10 minutes? So if you've been on a sales call with this person before, then this works really, really well. And then if you haven't been on a call, but you're deep in conversation with this person and going back and forth, just, I have a crazy idea. Do you have 10 minutes? And get them on a call, right? So I have examples right here of how to do that and the actual call recordings in here of how we converted from that message to an actual ticket sale for a live in-person event. So you guys have that. And then we have recordings of cold outbound calls for selling at in-person events for you guys there. Cool. Is that valuable for selling tickets right now? Awesome. Let me drop this in for you guys. Boom. If you haven't booked in that call with Mason yet, he'll get you all set up with that and with everything. So I'll drop that in for you right there. And then, boom, we set up a pre-event attendee chat, and we regularly drop in there, hey, if you know of anybody who wants to come to the event, just introduce them to us, yada, yada, yada. Another cool thing that I did for Tribe Buyers Live, Doug Botten, one of our clients at the time, I asked him if he wanted to do a Facebook Live to his group. I told him I'd give him 20% of the ticket price of sales and then a percentage of anybody who enrolls at the event. And he got 20 people to the Tribe Buyers Live event from his audience. So you can also think about partnerships, especially for the bigger events as well. It works really well. Ordering swag. So this is the guy that I trust. We've been ordering swag from for the past 3 years. His name's Nathan Lathers. He was one of our clients as well. You can hit him up on Instagram if you want to go through there. Just tell him I sent you. Their shirts are incredible. Their water bottles, their journals, like that sort of stuff. Their bags. It's nice to have like 2 or 3 things for attendees at the event. And we just lay it out on day one. Reciprocity kicks in. It's like when you get a check at a restaurant and they put like candy inside or a nice note, they're expecting a bigger tip, you know, because reciprocity kicks in. So getting swag, it's pretty cool. I have a little note on catering here of budget about $15 per head for breakfast and $25 per head for lunch. That's a little overestimation, but you're looking at like $40 per person per day if you are doing breakfast and lunch for your attendees. Cool? Helpful? I see some head shaking, like this is good stuff. I love it, love it, love it. Sweet. And then inside the course as well, I have a bunch of the structure for the event or actual content pieces. So what we also like to do is partner exercises for the event. This is absolute gold. This is where the conversions actually happen at the event. You're taking people through an experience to get them tapped into their real current situation of where they're currently at. And you're painting a vision of the future for them of where they can go with your help and your process and your methodology and your offer. My favorite partner exercises at events, and if you guys end up coming to one of our events, we will definitely be doing these partner exercises because they transformed my life. I went to Congruent Coach Live in 2019, and they had us sit knee to knee with a partner, somebody we had never met before, and we asked 4 questions. And you guys will want to write these down because these are so powerful for in-person events. And I see Avery smiling, so he probably knows what these 4 questions are. But number 1 is, where in your life are you playing small? And partner number 1 just lets it all out where they're playing small. For 90 seconds, they just talk and talk and talk. And then they go on to the second question. What is that costing you? And then they talk and talk and talk for 90 seconds. And then question number 3 is, what is that costing your loved ones? And when I got to that question at Congruent Coach Live, my dad was just diagnosed with cancer. He had type 2 diabetes. And I was like, holy shit, I can help my dad retire and pay off his debt and retire him. I was like, holy shit, I'm playing small. Like, I need to step into a new version of myself. And I broke down, cried, all of that stuff. Before I get you the 4th question, I ended up joining that program. I paid in full. It was like the last money I had left, but I was like, I'm going to go all in on this. And my mentor at the time helped me launch my event, my high ticket offer and all of that stuff. And I ended up paying my dad's debt off $62,000 within the year. And he was able to retire. And that was really cool. And I don't think if I didn't have that fuel of the cost of inaction to actually take the action, I don't think I would have done that, you know? And that was like a pinnacle moment for me. So that question is, where in your life are you playing small? What is that costing your loved ones? And then the 4th one is, what is that costing the world, right? So where are you playing small? What's that costing you? What's that costing your loved ones? What's that costing the world? And partner number 1, 90 seconds for each question. I just say start and go when I'm leading it. They let it all out. And then between switching partners, I'm like, yo, give your partner a hug, give them a kiss, blah, 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 ha, ha. People are laughing and all that stuff. And then partner number 2 goes and they let it all out. And it's this crazy feeling of massive connection after this. And people forming these lifelong bonds together. I've found that to be super duper powerful at in-person events. And there are a few other partner exercises inside of this course, but that's the most powerful one that we do on day one to really open up the room. But there's another partner exercise. You can see exactly how I do it here. Boom. Let me get Matt in here. Self-sabotage exercise, prices I pay, other people pay, boom. We also do a lot of breath work at our events. So that's an example of how we do breath work. Here's the most powerful training that we do leading into the pitch. And this is an amazing way to open up the event through your own story. We talked about the 3 outcomes of the event. It's possible for others, it's possible for themselves, and the contribution, the why. And when you're opening up an event with your own story, showing that it's possible for you to make the change and it's possible for others to make, like themselves, to make the change, and creating the roadmap, setting the theme, it's really powerful. We don't have enough time to get into this video, but we got it right there. And Avery Ford is in that video too. So that was a really powerful opening to Tribe Buyers Live. Do you remember that, man?
Is that where like I snot cried on stage, basically? Good
Exactly.
times. Really good.
Yeah, that was a really powerful opening. But you guys will get the structure around that. Okay. So structure for the event. So we have an outline here of one of our previous events, and you guys can just take this, duplicate it, and put the details in for the event, and then go down here and put in your own schedule. So you'll see what we do from like morning till night and wrap up for the 2.5-day events when we pitch and when we repitch in here. And then some notes on logistics and that sort of stuff. So I think somebody here had a question on event details and schedule and that sort of stuff. Boom. Well, if we have an odd number of people, then we've always figured out a way to make it work. Either a team member, like an assistant that you have there, have at least one assistant. They would tap in with one of the attendees. Good question. Cool. All right. So let's go into
I have a question. So obviously you're pitching this course at least, or this thing that you're showing is more life coaching type of a thing. If I'm doing a straight up business play, I mean, I'm not going to get CEO. I mean, maybe I could get CEOs. I'm not trying to do Anthony Robbins or like CEOs to do that partner exercise. So I'm thinking, or some of the questions, but you could tailor them to how it's affecting their life, their business, their employees. Like you could.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah. Because it's just like a sales call. In a good sales call, we want to spend the majority of time in the discovery phase, and you want to get them connected to like their real current situation. The most successful entrepreneurs are already tapped into that. Like that's why they take massive imperfect action. They know their current situation, but you want to give them the opportunity to tap into that with really powerful questions, right? And then you want to paint a vision of the future of where they could go with client case studies, testimonials, that sort of stuff, right?
Thank you.
Yep. Cool. Great question. So, boom, what we went into here, you guys will have the event funnel. If it's your first event, I used to sell off of Google Documents. You don't even need a funnel for an 8 to 12 person event. We've shortened the learning curve for you here to get that funnel rocking and going and examples of that stuff. But if you're just starting out, just start it on a Google document. Use these post DM strategies to sell out your event right now. We got you the event promotion, the DM strategy, that sort of stuff. We got you the attendee experience and event examples as well. And we went over the mindset, the audience, what to launch next. We got those event dates on your calendar and all of that. So what I would do, I've got bonus time for you guys. So I'll do Q&A, and then the thing that I want to wrap up with is the pitch and show you guys how to actually pitch at the event. Does that sound good to you guys? Cool. I just want to make sure that we're in alignment right now and make sure that I answer any of your questions and drive as much value as possible so you guys can get this into action, get it on the calendar, start selling tickets to the in-person event and get that going. So any questions you have around that? I don't see why you wouldn't do this with CEOs. Yeah, I think I kind of second that, Josh. I think you'd be very surprised when you get people into a room and you are first willing to be raw and vulnerable with your own story, and then how they open up and how they're like, I've never been to an event like this before. Our events are mainly around business, but also it's the internal game that drives successful results. So we have those things baked in. So yeah, I invite you into that possibility, Josh.
I would do it. I mean, I have a challenge school group, and there's like a dozen challenges in it and classes and stuff. So I've done multi-day events where people are emotionally drawn in, and I understand the marketing, psychological marketing aspect of getting them into that headspace so they feel they're more of a tribe, it's just a encompassing whole. I understand it. I love the concept. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks for sharing. And like what I came out of Congruent Coach Live with was like, I'm done playing small. Like they primed me in a great way, and I'm super grateful for it. That I was just like, I'm done playing small. And they gave me the opportunity for that with those questions. And then breath work is really powerful too, to reset and realign the energy as well, and get people actually tapped into that emotional driver. People just need to be in a buyer's state to ultimately like say, yes, like here's my credit card. And we need to give them the opportunity to do that. And oftentimes it's from those deep, vulnerable questions that make that possible, you know? Cool. Love it. I would just not need a need possibly. Yeah, 100%. Cool. Joshua Hamilton, I have a question regarding timing of the 4 questions as a connector or as a pump before the offer. It's great on the first day. So when they can contemplate that of like, oh, this is my deep why. Also, it totally resets the energy of the room and starts forming those connections. And during the pitch and the repitch, you can say, hey, do you want to stay in this energy with these amazing people? Like, here's your opportunity to continue on with that in a coaching aspect. If you're running an agency, I recommend doing a hybrid agency of done for you and done with you. That's what one of our clients, Dakota, did. He went from 10K to 100K with less delivery and more time freedom last year. But that's what you can do. Cool. Sweet. Good questions. For my niche, IT, and the people pay for are in France and I'm in India, then boom. I can do the India offline event, and how do I do for French IT folks? You can, I recommend hitting a point in your business where you can just go out to France and host an event and do your first one later this year or early next year and just set that goal. That would be the best thing with the French IT folks. And test out some of the events for people in India in the meantime.
Yeah, India.
Yeah, that's great. Great question.
Do you find leveraging multiple school groups as your delivery platform kind of really like successful? I've been doing it for a while, but I haven't had multiple groups.
Yeah, all of our fulfillment in terms of groups are on Skool. So we have multiple Skool groups for fulfillment, and then we just have one marketing group.
Facebook group. You have a Facebook group to market it all?
Yeah, I have a Skool group. I have a Facebook group. We're relaunching a new Facebook group in a few weeks here, and I'll drop the link in if you guys want to see how we're building that and monetizing that and that sort of stuff. And then I recommend everybody get onto YouTube, one YouTube video per week. Doesn't need to be perfect. That's where a lot of our clients are coming in, where they're just like super warm because they watch YouTube video after YouTube video. We just had a guy come to the call after seeing one of our Airtable builds, and he was like, I don't care what it costs, like I just want in. So marketing wise, organically, YouTube SEO is great. We have a book a call and a link to our Skool group in the description. And then we have a Skool group and a Facebook group as well. And then when
You get
somebody
the duplicate content for your, because I have like 70 hours of Skool video that I can put into YouTube. Is there a penalty?
YouTube and Skool work freaking great together, because when you upload a YouTube video onto Skool, it counts as a view on YouTube as well. So we have YouTube videos, and then we put those YouTube video links in our Skool course, and then it works together. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's super nice. And like getting monetized on YouTube is freaking great, where it's like, I wasn't even expecting this money, but this is great. Yeah.
I feel Facebook kind of doesn't like Skool links.
No, Facebook, we have a whole training on this of like what to post organically on Facebook, because they're weird with some things. If it's a link to a YouTube channel or if it's a link to Skool, Facebook doesn't want you to leave Facebook. So they will limit the reach of that post. But what we do is we take a screenshot of the YouTube video, and then we say who wants this really valuable YouTube video, comment down below. And then me or the setters send that video out, and then we get additional views that way.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Boom. Cool. Sweet. And yeah, with that course, you guys all got bonused in 7-day accelerator access with the whole course and everything like that. So I put Mason's call link in there. He will get you onboarded. He will help you with your offers, and he'll help you with directing you where to go inside of the events course. And you get all of our other courses as well for a week, 7 days. Cool. Great questions. Cool. What else can I give you guys clarity on to get you into action? Great job. Where are you playing small? What's it costing you? What's it costing your loved ones? What's it costing the world? Perfect.
Andrew, in my case, sorry to interrupt. In my case, I'm already thinking about the main topics I already mastered and what it really brings in immediately the results. I mean, it could be organic marketing, which I've been doing for 3 years now. It could be a sales funnel, a simple sales funnel with a Google Doc, and just to operate and sell, because we all have to be focused on selling, not just preparing and actually test it in the market rather than building a course or building our program or our event. Our main focus in my case, in my experience, is if it sells or not, if my people is interested in or not. So really, basically, my question is, my next big bold move is to actually get to relocate. I don't know if it's in Mexico, because now I got to get a visa now. But the thing is that actually be around new people, new communities that I actually, at least if it's not the US, at least it's Mexico or any other part of the world that allows me to up level. So basically, the question is, do I have to, basically test the market just by posting videos about events, of my expertise that I know for me and for anyone, it will likely to be achievable in 7 days. I mean, for me, it's like a quick win, and then you can actually, get perceived as the expert.
The best thing that I ever did was I was $82,000 in student loan debt. I had $600 to my name. I found a product market fit by buying a course, Ty Lopez's course on how to run an agency, which was a big thing at the time. It was more done for you work, and that's how I initially got off the ground. I didn't get a client for 6 months in his course. And then I bought Dan Henry's program, and that's when I got my first client, better roadmap, better community, that sort of stuff. And I worked my fucking ass off at the beginning, where I was starting to build my audience online. And the one thing that I was good at was door-to-door sales, because that's what I was doing before. So I drove to dentists, I drove to chiropractors, I drove to gyms, and first offered them a free trial to help them out. And then I got some case studies under my belt. And then I was able to leverage those case studies to get the next client, Worked really freaking hard from my parents' basement, chugging white monsters and just going out each day and all of that sort of stuff. Usually, initially, there's more done for you work at the beginning to service our clients. So coaching is interesting, because nowadays coaching is more of a hybrid between done for you, done with you, and actual coaching, right? Finding that product market fit, we call it artist phase, 0 to 10K, is just massive imperfect action and getting results and showing results over and over and over and getting case studies. Now, when I was building, I started with agency, built that up to multiple 6 figures, and then I built those skill sets for myself. And then the product market fit after that was teaching agency coaches how to get their first 1 to 2 clients. So my transition from agency into coaching was growing my Facebook profile first on Facebook. And I put I was engaging in a bunch of groups, and I was engaging on my personal profile a shit ton. And I was doing Facebook Live, showing people exactly how to do it and holding nothing back. I was just giving away the farm. And people were just like, this is freaking incredible. You're showing me how to get clients. You're showing me how to run Facebook ads, all of this stuff. And I started to get a lot of engagement on my personal profile first. And then when I was getting that, I hired a mentor to help me launch a Facebook group. And he showed me how to structure it, line it up. And a little side note here, the first Facebook group that I was going to launch, I was going to call it Invictus Entrepreneurs. That's where I was at the time. I didn't know much about like marketing in general and that sort of stuff. And that is the stupidest fucking name. Just tell them exactly what they're going to get. And my mentor was like, that is a stupid fucking name. It should be this. And it was the 6-figure digital marketer, because that's what I had done. I had built my agency past 6 figures. And that's exactly what they're going to get out of the group, right? So I launched that Facebook group and changed the name so many times over the next 3 years and just piled it with value of like interviews and that sort of stuff, and long form posts, short form posts, and built that up a lot over time. And as I grew and as I transformed, I changed the name of the group. So it was for agency owners at first. Then it was all around messenger bots, because I was building out messenger bots for my agency clients. And then I sold the messenger bot templates to my group. And then it was around growing Facebook groups, because I got it over 5,000 members and I launched my first coaching program and that sort of stuff. And then that's what really grew it to 24,000 members, multiple 7-figure business, awesome team like with Avery here. It was tapping into product market fit at first, and it was more done for you. Then working really freaking hard to build my audience and just like give away the farm. Because when I would do a new live training or do a new workshop, I would be like, holy shit, I need to learn more. I need to do more, and that sort of stuff. And that built up my skill sets and my confidence to move on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. Yeah, it wouldn't have been possible without the people that I met along the way and making the scary decisions and like having a shit ton of conversations, going through a bunch of course material, hiring a bunch of coaches, and just putting it out there. But like I grew up in a middle lower class family, and we never traveled or anything like that. And I was like, and my dad was always worried about money. And I was like, I don't want that to be me. And I used that as a big like pain driver. And I quit drinking and I started working out and all that stuff. So yeah, initially, you just build your audience, find a product market fit, give away the farm, think about what can I give instead of what can I get, and tap into that energy. And then naturally your audience will build over time. And attention is the new gold. The name of the game is just moving traffic that we don't own to traffic that we do own and nurturing, right? So yeah, did that help, Will?
Yeah, that absolutely helped because for 2 or 3 years I was afraid of giving it all away and just people just taking advantage of the free stuff and do it all on their own. And for me, it was like, you know, it doesn't make sense to give it all away if I actually teaching. But most people, I actually, I mean, I actually relate sometimes with the information you get. I mean, with the information you get without any guidance, support, you're not going to take action on the information.
Exactly. What people need to get a result are three things. I learned this from Frank Bria. I was in Scott Olford's $100,000 mastermind. He was my coach. And I was like, that makes so much sense. People need three things to get a result. They need skills, which mainly come through video content, that sort of stuff, like knowing the skills. But they need accountability to put those skills into action. And they need mentorship to know this is the right way, this is the wrong way, I've been there before, yada, 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 right? So with our content, what we're providing are like skills. This is how to do it, right? Or this is the what and why. When we can really focus in on the what and why in our marketing, it's so much better than just like piling on the how. So spend more time on this is what to do and this is why to do it. And then like give them the how to initially. So skills, accountability, mentorship, SAM model. But there are phases to this. Like phase one is just pile on the value. Give it all away. It will force you to level up and it will build your audience and that attention, right? As you grow out of that phase, what's more important is yes, the value, but also belief shifting content, right? So people will become raving fans of you if you're just piling on the value, but they won't buy unless you're shifting and changing their beliefs, right? I have a really good post inside of the Skool group that if you guys have a decent size audience, you can model this. But this is an example of belief shifting content in a written post. So if you're a coach and not over 30K per month yet, either your offer sucks, your audience suck, or your sales skills suck, or all three suck, right? So then tapping into the conversation going on in their head, I want to be above 30K per month. What is my problem? Oh, it's these three things, right? But if you just hyper focus on these three things for the next 90 days, they won't suck and you'll scale past 30K per month easily, right? So boom, problems, promise of ultimately where they can go, and then proof, right? So proof, that's a wild claim. Show me proof. So Alex, one of our clients, went from a done for you offer to a done with you offer and scaled past 40K in a single month with very little audience. Josh scaled past 30K, starting from no offer and no audience in less than 31 days. And then Cole Gordon, who's just a savage, started working with him back in 2019. He did over a 200K launch in 45 days and now runs a $40 million sales agency, right? Proof. So if you want, boom, thing that they want, an irresistible offer, an audience of raving fans that want to buy everything, convert prospects with confidence and conviction, and to unlock those 30K months, so you can pay off your debt, pay off your parents' debt. And this is really important. Actually, if you guys take anything away from this presentation, it's this, and you might want to write this down. Sell the destination, not the airplane. So I'm going to, we just bought our flights to Italy, but I'm not buying the actual flight. I'm buying the feelings and the experience I'm going to have in Italy, right? So same thing with your offers. I see a lot of people in the space get bogged down, especially if they're selling GHL or AI offers and that sort of stuff, and they don't focus enough on the actual end destination of where people can go with your amazing services and your amazing products and programs, right? So put a bigger focus on that, right? So that's what I'm doing here. So these are the things that you get, but what does it unlock? Like if you're over 30K per month, you're going to be able to chip away at your debt and pay off your debt or your parents' debt and travel around the world whenever, wherever you want, or invest into a shit ton of real estate properties and never have to worry about money again, right? Boom. I'm selling the destination, not the airplane, right? So I said Holy Trinity, and I'll personally reach out to show you how. Booked in a call. Luke ended up joining. Ronnie ended up joining. Hannah booked a call. We have a few other people. Sean ended up joining. Luke ended up joining just from this post alone. So this is a belief shifting post. Entering the conversation going on in their head, not giving away the how. And this is like next level after giving a shit ton of value. Not giving away the how, but the what you need and the why you need it, right? So I'll drop that in the chat as well. Cool. And we'll go into the pitch, but I want to go on a couple of tangents here with you guys, if that's okay. And Canva. Boom. I'm bringing up the pitch slides for you now. Boom. Cool. And let's get 1 to 2 more questions as I'm setting up these pitch slides for you. Cabo San Lucas, 2024. Perfect. Avery, Josh, Matt, what you guys got? Erica, Josh?
What's the question? I was supposed to say something. Sorry, I was doing something else. I shouldn't.
Just a question. If you got a question. Yep, hit me.
Are you selling your normal coaching or something bigger when you do those live events? Like, should we sell something like a 1 year instead of a 4-month or something like that?
Yes. So if it's your first event that you've ever run, just get it going and sell your normal coaching. Once your offer is solidified and the delivery for that offer, basically with offers, we want to launch and then we want to productize, right? We want to launch the offer, get course material in there and coaches to run that thing, or client success managers for agency and that sort of stuff. If you're at that point and your offer is pretty productized, systemized, then you can launch the next offer, being the more higher ticket. The way we structure it is like the first thing that we focus on with our clients is like we help people go from 0 to 20K per month in 6 months, or go from 20K per month to 200K per month, right? But the first offer is our core signature offer. And our process is getting your offer one-sheeter done within the week, and then starting to sell that to the current audience and then putting the marketing system in. And then once you fill up that initial group of people, that's when you start productizing it. You build out that course alongside of those people. You install the CSM alongside of that. You productize it. You build out the marketing system, the sales system. And then when you're doing 30 to 100K, that's usually a good time to launch a back-end offer at an event like this. So does that give you a little bit more clarity, direction, Erica? Cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Great question. So let's get into this. Yeah, Rajesh. You have a question, man?
Yeah, I have written it down. See, what you said were all pretty location specific. Now, if I want to directly tap in LinkedIn, do you have any strategies through like a joint venture with the followers? I have 1,000 followers and I can connect with people who have got 20,000, but I don't know how to make them send their things to me because both are online. We can't meet each other.
Yeah. So with
or is it
LinkedIn,
out of the scope?
yeah, did you specifically ask about LinkedIn? With LinkedIn, on
Yeah.
average, people spend 15 minutes per day on LinkedIn. So our strategy there is to move them to a lead magnet where they enter their phone number and their email. So we have a better connection with them and can prospect with them longer. So think of a lead magnet, put it into Go high level funnel system, capture phone number and email from them. So you have a better chance of prospecting. Why I love Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is people are spending 2 hours plus per day on those platforms. So you have a better chance of like actually communicating with them on Facebook through Messenger or IG through IG DMs and that sort of stuff. But if you guys aren't collecting phone numbers, do it. Make sure that like all the legal stuff is set up and you're good there. But that's the easiest way to get in contact with someone. When somebody joins our Skool group, we have them put in their phone number as well. So we can support them. We usually ask like, where are you looking to go? What are you trying to do? Probably have some helpful resources. We start with value up front. And then we have a transition script inside of the course that you guys will get for like really simple call booking transitions. But specifically with LinkedIn, it's not a great conversion platform. It can be a good high quality lead generation platform, but we want to get them onto another list as soon as possible. Does that make sense?
Okay. Lot of sense.
Awesome. Love it. Avery, you want to say something and then we'll go into the pitch?
That add a queue, actually.
Yeah, go ahead.
So based on where I'm at for the past like 2-3 years, the sales process has been typically someone will start with an intensive, then they'll become a one-on-one or fractional client. If I do an event in April, how I'm thinking about it is I would use that event to launch a different core offer, like a group program or something. Any reason you could see not to approach it that way?
No, that sounds great, but I got another idea for you too.
Cool.
If I were you, what I
All
would
right,
do
hit me.
for the next month is reach out to your network and ask them if you can do a presentation in front of their audience, and fill up your pipeline that way because you have some awesome warm connections, and that will be a great way to get super high quality leads to your audience.
Hey, Andrew, you need someone to do a presentation in front of your audience?
Yeah, Lauren, can you connect with Avery? Connect with Avery. We'll get him in on an expert session. I love it. Thank you
Awesome.
for asking.
Thank you. Thank you.
And for example, Lead Gen J, if you guys know him on YouTube, he was one of the first Brotherhood clients when we launched the Brotherhood back in the day. I reached out to him and I was like, yo, there's a massive trust recession going on in the coaching industry and agency industry right now. Can I come in and do a DM presentation for your audience? You can add it to your course, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, hell yeah. So I gave him promotion material for that. We got it launched in a week, and I just did it a couple days ago. He had 125 people show up live. He was like, yeah, you can book calls on here. I'm like, sweet. We had 40 people join our Skool group and we got 12 book calls that way.
Nice. I love that because it's reciprocal. I can show up and knock it out of the park for them and then give them an asset that they get to keep.
Exactly. Yeah.
Love
And
it.
for
Thank you.
everybody here, it's the best quality leads that you will get into your funnel because there's the Oprah Winfrey effect where when they're interviewing you, their authority passes off to you. How I like to do it, if somebody approaches me and is like, do you want to do a JV together? I have this conception in my mind of like, I gotta do so much shit and I've gotta I have my own marketing strategy. Fuck no, right? But if somebody comes to me and is like, yo, I've got this really valuable thing that I'd love to give to your clients and here's why it's valuable right now. I'm like, cool, we have expert sessions inside of our program. I'm down for that. So I do the same thing with reaching out for initial joint ventures. I don't call it a joint venture, but I reach out in that way. Here's a problem. Here's my really valuable solution. My main presentation is my DM sales presentation because I've closed over 6 million in DMs and it's what I freaking love going back to my AIM days in middle school. What is that one presentation for you? how can you provide value to other people's audiences, right?
Legend. Thank you.
Sweet. Good stuff. Okay, let's go into the pitch. Boom, boom, boom. And Matt Clemmer, same thing for you too, dude. I would tap into that and we can get you on an expert session probably in March as well. So here are all of our slides from the last Tribe Buyers Live event. Am I on the right one? Wait, let me go back. Boom. And at our events, it's not Tribe Buyers Live. Yeah, there we go. At our events, we're super hands-on. So we do roundtables. You'll see this in the event schedule inside the course. Roundtables are freaking awesome, especially at the end of the day. If you have a couple other speakers there working hands-on with that person, and your attendees will freaking love it. And there's plenty of time for connection and all of that stuff. There are kind of two ways to run an event. One way is just to blast them with a bunch of information until they're brain dead and say, I can't do it myself. I hate that way of doing it. And I've actually joined programs from attending those events. I won't name names, but then I wasn't lit up by it. I wasn't the best client. And I was like, oh, fuck, that's just a lot of shit. And it was just like overwhelming. So I like this way of doing things with community connection. You want to move on together with this energy, with all of that, instead of just turning them fucking brain dead. So, okay, cool. So, I'll get you guys these slides inside of the course here, but these were all the slides for Tribe Buyers Live. Avery actually created these in 2019. And when you create assets for your business, you can just continue to use them. So we defined what a tribe was and opened up a loop that's not just your tribe of buyers, but your support tribe and your team tribe, right? And then I went through my own story around that and team members. And then I went through my journey, my own life story, so they can connect with me. And this is a little tangent. Is it cool if I go on a tangent with you guys? All right, I fucking love talking about this. So I used to be a psychology major. I love to learn more about the mind and biology and all of that stuff. And there's actually a biological reason why we're doing this. So when we become better storytellers, especially stories around hardship and empathy, we release two primary neurotransmitters and hormones. Number one, dopamine. So dopamine is the pursuit of pleasure molecule, and it creates more motivation, more focus for somebody to listen. And when we're telling a story, somebody is wondering, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? So we elicit more motivation and focus out of our audience, right? So one skill set to always work on, storytelling, right? Number two, stories of empathy, of hardship, release oxytocin in our system. So this is the bonding molecule, the love molecule. So when we're telling stories of empathy, hardship, things we've been through and things we've overcome, and one thing to note, Brene Brown has a really good quote, share your scars, not your gaping open wounds. So do cool shit in your life, overcome those things, and share the lessons with people. And that will elicit oxytocin in the audience to form that connection, that bond. What we want is dopamine in our audience, motivation, focus. I can also elicit dopamine by pausing. So cadence in your voice is important. When we pause, people are like, what's going to happen? What's more dopamine, more was released in our body. We want oxytocin, the bonding molecule, right? We want a little bit of endorphins, which come through laugh, humor. I went to Dr. DeMartini's breakthrough experience a couple years ago. He was so good at this. His content was so freaking dense. And then he would say a joke to get people to laugh. And then it would reset the whole energy. And then they could focus again, right? We want a little bit of cortisol to drop people into an action state, and a little bit of testosterone as well to pump up that action and that pride. So that's kind of the angel's cocktail of events and presentations, is getting people into a buyer state through these different hormones and neurotransmitters, which is pretty cool. Is that cool? I see you guys shaking some heads. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And I actually, I broke down Eli Wild's sales script and the questions that he asks. And so cool to see a dopamine question and then a cortisol question, and then going into towards the end, like a pride question, which elicits testosterone. And like people buy based off of emotion. So what we're actually doing here underneath everything is providing that emotion to who we're speaking with our audience, that sort of stuff, to be in that buyer state, right? And we want to be anchored in a little bit of logic. So how many of us have been to a Tony Robbins event? Raise the hands here. Yeah, Will, love it. So Tony Robbins events are so emotional, but if you notice at his events, he's throwing data and statistics out there left and right because they're so emotional, and his audience need to be anchored in more logic. So he's throwing data statistics out over and over and over. So just something to note there. It's really cool. See how that goes on. So that's what I'm doing through this story here. Boom. Dopamine, oxytocin, connection, all of that stuff. Establish your baseline. Really good questions here. Why are you here? Why did you come? Why did you almost not come? And what's at stake for you? So here, they write it down, they journal, and then they tell their partner about it next to them. Boom, find a partner. We do some more partner exercises. What's your biggest fear, your real biggest fear, that sort of stuff. And then I just put all the slides inside of here. And don't, like, inside of this, most of these slides were created 2 nights before the actual event. Do not create your slides before you launch your event. Get people in the room, sell it out, and that cortisol will take over a couple days before the event to rock out these slides, right? Case studies right here, boom. This is how we just put them up on a page like that so they can see that. And I'm going to the pitch for you guys, boom. Right here. Boom. Also, I don't have enough time to share it here, but there are 5 elements of destroying or creating a belief inside of anybody. One of them is microscripts. So it's not about what we say, it's about what people repeat. That's an example of a microscript. And here is a little one. One day is the path to nowhere, right? Especially with people pushing it off, the most successful entrepreneurs make quick decisions, whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, they make a decision. So instead of saying one day, make a decision right here, right? Success is simply a choice, choose well. That's another one. Boom. The most successful entrepreneurs I know clearly where they're at, and they're real about where they're at. They're clear on their goals of where they want to go. They know their why, and then they have a proven path to get there, right? So this is a good transition into the pitch at the event. Stating these top people that I've worked with, they know where they're at, they're clear on their goals, the why behind it, and a proven path to get there. Can I give you the path? Right, the specific plan. And Avery might remember these slides. He actually built them. These are these systems to actually get there. That's what it looks like. And what you're going to get inside of here. And then I go into case study, boom, and what you're going to get, boom. And then we're offer stacking with value. Case study, and then what you're going to get, boom. Case study, what you're going to get, right? If this is your first time pitching it, you don't need this many case studies. You just need to do it for your first time, and you will build this up over time, right? So baking in those case studies, all that stuff, what you're going to get, boom, what you're going to get, case study, what you're going to get. offer stack with value stack, boom, 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 boom. And then here's everything you're going to get. Here's the total value of it, boom. And then your price today, boom, boom. Let me see if I have the, boom, not 30, not that. And then this is for one of our programs that I think yeah, that was like in-person event price of the program investment for that. And then you drop the price, the different payment plans that are available, how many spots, boom. Plus you will get, boom, this stuff. And then this was another presentation. So that is a good transition into the pitch and value stack to do for your own events. And I will drop these slides inside of the Slack channel, or not the Slack channel, the Skool course for you guys. Cool. Sweet. Awesome. Awesome. Cool. All right. Big takeaways, action items. Oh, actually, boom. 1 second. Let me recap with you guys. So what we went over today is everything inside of the course. We went over the mindset, the audience, what to launch next. We got the things on your calendar. We got the 3 major outcomes, the desired outcomes for the events, how to launch an Airbnb event. We went through the entire course, boom, where you have the downloadable funnel, all of that good stuff, and how to sell tickets at the event. I have a crazy idea. Do you have 10 minutes getting on a call for an event ticket sale or for your offer? And also, boom, the different types of content, emails to send inside of here as well to fill up your events, all of that good stuff. And we went through the pitch. So cool if I share with you guys next steps. Awesome. So inside of here, we have next steps. So if you haven't booked in your 30-minute session with Mason to get you into the course with all the material and develop a roadmap with you guys, book that in right here. And then I think he has a few spots open early next week, and then he's going on a little adventure. So book that in right there. You have 7-day full access to the whole course and to me and our team and all of the other courses inside of there. He'll create and help you gain clarity if you're going from 30K to 300K per month or 100K or 200K per month, build you out a roadmap there. And then if you're just starting and looking to scale past 30K per month this year, then he'll help you with that as well, get you the trainings and that sort of stuff, and figure out if we're good to support and best help you with hitting your goals this year. Also, if you got value out of this training, boom, just drop a little, hey, this was awesome, and I'll send you over the slides and that sort of stuff inside of the community there. And if you, we just sold 8 tickets to the event this week for March 14th through 16th. If you want to join us at that event where you get to work hands-on with me, we have Marco Cortese from 7th Level coming to that event, CEO of 7th Level, and Jess Lenovo, who's an 8-figure real estate coach as well. And Lauren will be there, and all of these awesome clients will work hands-on with you at Tribe Buyers Live. We got the link there for that. But cool. So those are the next steps. Action items, takeaways. I have plenty of time, so it's Saturday. That's why we do these on Saturday. So anything else, boom, that I can support you guys with? Boom. Yeah. Yep. Next event, we don't have official dates, but it'll be our self-mastery event in September. So we do a business event and we do a self-mastery event each year.
Brother Andrew, may I share?
Yes, Matt Man.
Hi guys, name's Matt Clemmer, brothers and sisters. I had the honor of meeting Andrew at this exact event. I was one of the people who joined the year-long program after the pitch he just showed you. Hey, Brother Will, I don't know if you've seen this floating around the internet, but they have recently, with quantum physics and science, they now can test every emotion that the human body has, omits, and puts off. And every emotion carries a frequency, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger, whether it's nervousness. Will, what do you think the most powerful frequency that any human on the earth puts off? What would your first guess be, sir? I'm asking you, Brother Will. Yeah. What would
Hey,
your guess be?
hey, bro. You talking to me, right?
I am.
Okay. Can you repeat the question?
Yes. What do you think the most powerful frequency that any human being projects or puts off in the world, whether it's anger, sadness, happiness, love? What would your guess be?
Okay. For me, it would be okay. For me, it would be love or hate.
Okay, and that's a lot of people's guesses. My guess was love. Boy, I'm a man of love. And you know what? Love scores the highest out of any emotion except for one. There's actually one frequency that is more powerful than even love. You know what it is, Will? It's authenticity.
All right. Okay.
It's authenticity. And why do I say that? A couple reasons. Number one, Will, back to giving away the farm in the beginning, you can't outgive God. You can't outgive the universe, but my, is it fun to try. Do you know how many times Andrew has given me the farm? Check it, Will. People ain't going to remember everything you say, everything you give them, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. You have the gift of authenticity. And I'll tell you something else, guys, on this pitch. When Andrew took the stage, well, now just for language, he could say he fucked up the pitch when he didn't, right? But he gave a pitch on that stage and felt like he fucked it up or fell out of authenticity. In front of all of us, he called himself out and repitched it. And as others would say, man, he just fucked up. That was clumsy. It was beautifully clumsy. And you know how he won us all over? Not because it was the perfect pitch, because he was authentic. Right? And that was the most powerful. Avery Ford, guys, if anyone does not know Avery, I mean, I know great men and women all over the world. He takes the cake. He's the top of the top. I'm honored he's on this call with us right now. He impacted my life back in 2019 at that event, right? And we haven't talked in years, but now Avery and I are reconnected and working together. Why? Because of who he is and who he was being years ago never left me. I'm on this call right now because of who Andrew was being years ago, never left me. Do I remember everything them boys have taught me or said? Fuck no, but I remember who they are being to me in my life, right? And it matters more than anything. Just wanted to share that, brothers.
That's true. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah,
Matt
Will.
Matt really is a legend. I really like Matt. I tried to reach out once, and he's always supportive, and it's really cool to have him. Sorry, that phone. And the thing is that, yeah, I mean, in my case, and I recommend to all of you that trying to be authentic is not the same as being authentic, because as in my experience, I was trying to be authentic, which is fake, because you cannot try to be who you're not. You just be who you are, and that's how you show up. And sometimes we feel fear that we may not be accepted, or we probably are going to be embarrassed by our friends, our family. And I had to go through all of that to put myself out there every single day. And my family and friends sometimes laugh at me for obviously speaking in English, or even speaking about self-development issues, mental health. But that's my authentic self. And being my authentic self on camera and on social media is a big leap, because I wasn't doing that at the beginning years. where I was trying to call in and I just wasn't showing up and I wasn't making myself known so my clients could find me. So in my case, yeah, I mean, just be authentic, not just try to be authentic because no one is trying to be anyone who they are not. And that's what stick to me to this day. And that's what I'm trying to live every single day, every day.
Thanks for sharing, man, especially around trying to be authentic is not authentic. The what might help here is the more I've gotten out of the head and back into the body, the more authentic I've felt. And a phrase that I repeat to myself over and over and over, especially when I'm doing breath work or doing meditation, is just surrender, relax, let go. And there's actually a biological and psychological component behind this, where when we're constantly stressed and have these running thoughts, it's an overactive amygdala. It's the fear portion of our brain that's created more synaptic connections. But when we can surrender, relax, let go, get into more moments of silencing the mind and noticing the thoughts and being the observer, we get out of our amygdala into our prefrontal cortex, right? And I'm glad Matt brought it full circle because at the pitch at Tribe Buyers Live, I was in the moment. We can be completely in the moment, especially when we have that many eyeballs on us with 200 people in the room. And I could feel every emotion that was going on in my body. And there was a disassociation between the pitch, because I'm good at many things, but pitching was not my core competency back then. And even now, I'm not the best at pitching. And I felt like I was fucking up that pitch hardcore and kept screwing up the numbers, all of that stuff. And I stopped myself on stage and I just said, hey guys, I feel like I'm really screwing up this pitch right now. And I know this offer will help so many of you guys not get to just the next level in your business, but also the next level of your life. And I don't want my inability to pitch to affect your decision. I just want to say that right here. And there is, I think it was Franco, somebody in the front stood up and started clapping. And then the next person stood up, the next person stood up, started clapping. And I was standing on stage and I'm like, I'm getting a standing ovation for a $30,000 and $60,000 pitch. How fucking weird is this? And then I hear Brad, who's like helping me with the success panel before that behind me. He's like, oh, that's cute. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It was so odd. And that helped me realignment, get back into authenticity and finish up the pitch fairly strong. And we had a cowbell there. And after somebody signed up, they would ring the cowbell. And we had people go to the back to sign the card and do it. And it was crazy. For the next like hour and a half, you just heard the cowbell go off and off and off and off. And it was just this peak moment, peak experience that I can just go back to over and over and over, where I'm like, in my low moments where I'm like, that was pretty fucking cool. So yeah, Avery, you want to say something?
Can I share something about that? Because it's like, it's one of my favorite moments of my life, and I wasn't the one on stage. I was in the back of the room, like, I'm a crier. I cry, well, used to be. Not so much anymore, but just sobbing, like, as people started clapping for him and standing up, I'm like, he's doing so well. Like, boo-hooing. But the thing I want you to get, like the reason he was able to do that, like the amount of courage and humility and authenticity it takes in the moment to say, this isn't going well. I'd rather be honest than try to push through and fake it because these people deserve that. That quality of like courage and honesty and vulnerability is why he is who he is. When he hits post on something that he's written on Facebook, when he shows up to a call like this, when he shows up to work with you at an event, like he's not afraid to say, hey, let's slow down, or hey, I didn't get that right. hey, let's fix this. He shows up authentically. He doesn't try to fake it. And I think that's most of us are so worried about being perfect. I think most people would have plowed through the pitch, felt that something was off, made the pitch, and who knows what would have happened if the offer would have sold or not. But it was his willingness to do the scariest thing possible in that moment. Stop the pitch, acknowledge that he wasn't feeling good about it, and start over. Of like all of the options available, he chose the one that probably had the most fear or the most like risk. If all of you could do that in your life with everything that you're facing, of like, oh, this actually feels the riskiest, but it's the most authentic to me, I'm going to go for it. That's why he is who he is.
Thank you, man. And I put it in the chat. I heard this quote long time ago, 5-6 years ago. It was just, don't be perfect, or don't try to be perfect. Try to be more of yourself. And we also always say, like, done is better than perfect. I think, comparison is the thief of joy. And the more we can remember of just being more ourselves, tapping into our heart, tapping in our emotions are telling us something, lead with that. And especially in marketing, share our scars, not our gaping open wounds, with Brene Brown's quote, and be there to inspire people and give value to the audience, and just putting the focus on them more than us, and think about what can we give instead of what we can get. It transforms the energy and the emotion. So it's cool. Sweet. Well, amazing stuff, you guys. Robert, thanks for popping on camera. I see you, dude. Areli, good to see you. Erica, Matt, Will, Avery, great stuff, guys. Make sure you got that call on your calendar with Mason to get inside of the community with all the helpful resources and all of that. Eric, Dragon, Jiren, Fred, Will, thanks for being here, guys. And I will see you in the next one. Talk soon.